Yo, what's going on with it?
What's happening?
You tuned in on the podcast with your boy Killa YB.
And 2geekedup.
Yeah. What's happening with y'all? Look, live from the city of Bogalusa, you know what I'm saying? We're going to speak some real shit to y'all today, you heard me?
Right.
So look, to start this bitch off, let's get on the subject about the economy of the city. So, first of all, in my personal opinion, because I've lived in multiple different cities throughout my 34 years.
This motherfucker is a shithole compared to everywhere else and close to this part. Covington, man. It look worse than Covington.
Man.
Abita
fucking Springs, bro.
Denham Springs.
Gonzales.
Everywhere.
Bro, even, like, if you go to the city of Darrow, like, very small city in Ascension Parish. I have a lot of partners that stay out there. And the city looks way more better. They have a basketball court out there. They get that thing took care of. They regularly get the grass cut. They'll fix the concrete over there. Even the basketball goals.
And you know what I want to ask you?
What you got?
Is why we can't have that shit?
Simple. That's a simple answer to Geek though. Let me tell you why I say that. So check this out, bro. A lot of the people in the city of Bo, a lot of people that work for the city, you know, different types of public services and, you know, different agencies, even small businesses, they get greedy with their money. They don't pay in towards the taxes that they're supposed to be paying on. They think they're in a whole different tax bracket when in reality a lot of these officials are just public servants. You understand?
And you know what I want to say about that? It's not fair and it's not right we can't have shit like that because the only thing they worried about is investing in the police around here.
That's what I'm saying. But see, here's the thing. The police around here,
they ain't about to lock everybody.
They don't do their job correctly, in my personal opinion. They pull the wrong people over. There was one time last year. Look, I ain't gonna get too much into that, but just know that I shouldn't have got a ticket and I shouldn't have got pulled over twice for some petty ass shit.
They'll write you a ticket. That's all they want is some money and to lock your ass up.
Cause think about this: the police make commission off of tickets. We pay them. They make money off of our taxes, just like firemen do.
Wait, let me ask you this. If there was a law that said they didn't make commission off of tickets, do you think that we'd get less tickets?
That's another thing. Even if that was the case, it's not gonna. They're still gonna be abusive because they still have that power. You understand? They still have that authoritative figure.
Right, that makes sense.
And then think about this. A lot of police come from insecure backgrounds. Whether they're insecure about themselves, about their family, they have to feel power somewhere. So they feel like wearing a badge and being an authoritative figure, they think they have that power and ability just to basically get away with anything because they're enforcing the laws.
All right, and I just want to say that's Pee-wee mindset. You know, we got to be progressive thinkers these days. We need people in office that say, hey, everybody around here smoke weed, so we going to legalize weed just for them so we ain't got to lock them up.
That's what I'm saying. That reduces the amount of people and our tax money going towards jail systems to lock up real criminals like murderers, you know, PDL files and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Why lock somebody up for some weed? Why lock somebody up over a ticket that they could pay on? Which, let me tell you about the ticket system. They let you have a payment plan, but the thing is, they don't tell you when your court date is. And then you're stuck with extra fees and a warrant out for your arrest because of some shit that you didn't know about. I went through that shit. You know what I mean? So just keep on your P's and Q's. At this point, it is not smart to get on a payment plan with the courts because at the end of the day, they're going to find a way to submit you to a fucking subpoena or a warrant for your arrest for some shit that you don't know about. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So just stay on your P's and Q's. Just pay them full price. Don't try to work no payment plans on them because that's how they trap you.
Fuck them people.
That's how they trap you. That's how they trap you. How I go from 195 to 536.
Man, fuck them people, you hear me? Hey, if you can get away with it, get away with it. Fuck them people. All they want to do is lock you up and separate you from your family. And it's really, look, I did want to say this earlier. We got to think. all the laws that were passed really came from a bunch of lobbyists, Satanist motherfuckers that want to lock us up, destroy our mindset, and fuck us up.
Like them fucking occultists, like Scientology and shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't be on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't be on that shit. Because
if you don't like Jesus, then at least like yourself. Just don't be on that shit.
Be on some self-love shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Even if you are an atheist or if you're agnostic, don't put yourself in a position where you're part of a cult, or don't put yourself in a position where you're around some Satan worshippers, because they're not gonna put you on that right path.
I don't want to cut you off, but I do want to say this, man. I got my own fucking cult.
Hey,
get money, boys.
Man, that's different. Get money,
I'm
boys.
bullshit. I'm bullshit. It's really structured though. It's really structured. Ain't no name to it.
See, the thing is, what a lot of people don't realize about cults is, because I used to ask myself, how do logical people fall for these bullshit cult antics?
Hey, you gotta think. This is my personal opinion. I'm not trying to bash nobody.
Nah, you good. Yeah, I'm the same way.
This is me speaking about the Bible.
Yeah.
I think the Bible is just influence. Because it's not knowledge. It just tells you what you should do in certain situations. And I don't think that's right. Well, you know, I think it's just mind control. And everybody thinks because it's right in their ears that it's right, but it's not the case. Like, maybe you could be any kind of way you want, good or bad.
Well, here's the thing to that, Mo. And I respect what you're saying on the Bible. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people honestly misinterpret the Bible. Like, they take it too literal. The Bible is really just a bunch of different stories that people can learn lessons from. But instead of them learning lessons, they take it literal. You know what I mean? Like, they go to an extremist way with it. Like, they're like,
Jesus walked on water.
Jesus walked on water. But that actually might be an analogy for something else, representing him being a pure of heart person. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, think about it. In the Bible, especially in the New Testament, Jesus was doing his best to bless everybody. He cured a man of leprosy. He cured a man of blindness. And you want to know why? He has such of a strong connection to God. Not just being the son, but just that strong connection, period. It produced spiritual energy for him to be able to heal people. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what if that had a science to it too?
Right, that's another thing.
Everything has a science to it. The way we were made is logical. Everything, like, nothing is magic. If you can never find nothing that's like, and it happens.
Right.
But I tell you one thing though, like I was talking to you about the frequencies in the brain and shit.
Yeah.
Man, do you know that you can channel your energy and your mind to make fire move left, right, either way? You can make it is electrochemical. That means, and you have an electromagnetic biosphere. The same reason our skin glows is like energy.
Yeah. Because think about it, everything flows with energy. Energy is really what makes everything go around. And energy could come from anywhere. It could come from trees. It can come from the grass. As long as it's natural and organic and it comes from nature and it's not man-made, you're always going to feel the energy. You know what I mean? And also that comes spiritually too, because if you have faith in whatever you believe in, as long as it's not Satan, whether it's Buddha, because here's the thing, Buddha teaches that, suffering.
I ain't gonna like that, Aaron.
Nah, you good. Hey, look, that's what I'm saying. All I'm trying to say to y'all is, check this out. Just be a good person, man.
Just be a good person. That's all you gotta do.
But see, also be intelligent. And the reason I say that, especially with your money, we're in a messed up economy nowadays, but it's not due to our spending. It's due to funds being displaced in areas that are not necessary, that are not necessities. And I'm not going to go too deep into that, but there's a lot of different subjects that can be talked about on that, whether it's in your local city, your local state, or your country. It don't matter. It all applies the same way, because at the end of the day, money really is the root of all evil. But the irony is, money is what brings most happiness in the world. Because you could buy things to make yourself happy. But if you don't have that self-appreciation for yourself as an individual, you'll never truly understand happiness.
And I just want to say, it's fucked up about how they be spending the money, because do you know that over 150 million Americans receive benefits from the Social Security Administration?
I didn't know it was that many. But see, that's real. That's where it's also messed up.
And it's still hard to find a fucking job.
It's still hard to find a job. And that's one thing that I never understood with people that get mad about people collecting benefits or unemployment or anything like that. First of all, the job market is hard. A lot of times, a lot of these jobs you go to, even now with McDonald's, they act bougie with hiring people. They'll hire people that they know rather than hiring someone that actually has experience. Like, I have experience as a security officer. I actually have an executive protection license. And you know how hard it is for me to find a job like that in my state because so many people pick favorites over experience? That's how the job market is. A lot of these newer managers, these newer CEOs that come in, they'll hire people that are either family members, really close friends, or only if they could benefit them in any kind of way, shape, or form to get them promoted to the highest position possible.
That's some bullshit.
That's some bullshit, bro.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is y'all people that don't like food stamps and motherfucking first and third checks, man, you oughta be thankful that we stay in a system that can support people that can't work.
That's what I'm saying.
Or help them. Man, do you know that mental illness is a very serious problem in this country?
Very serious.
There are people walking around that you would think don't have a mental problem and slower than a motherfucker, and that's a mental problem. People aren't meant to be slow.
Nah, they're not. But see, here's the thing to that, Maul. A lot of the mental illnesses, what a lot of people don't realize, a lot of it boils down to not just psychology, but it also boils down to your DNA. It's mostly genetics. And then also a lot of people don't realize you don't have to go in the army or go to jail to get PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder can happen to anybody. You might not even realize you have it. If you've seen something very traumatic in your life that has you scared of something, or if you have a phobia or something, then you don't realize that you might have symptoms of PTSD or possibly schizophrenia. That's another thing that we need to do as men, and I want to give a shout out to the fellas on this one. Men, we gotta start doing better with talking to each other and taking mental illnesses and problems seriously. I know a lot of times it's easy just to joke that off or whatever, just try to brush it off.
But if you slow, say you slow and we'll help you.
Yeah, that's all it is. And you don't have to be slower than nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? If you just going through something like a life change that you feel like you can't talk to nobody in your circle about, that's what we need to support each other on. You know what I'm saying? And Ma, I got some things that's on my mind, bro, and I gotta get it off my chest. Man, first of all, let me tell some of you dudes something that are simps, alright? Why y'all can't keep a player no more, bro? Why y'all spending $5,000 and up on these women on OnlyFans, bro? Why y'all, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all be in these comments. I be seeing y'all trying to stand up for these 304s, you know what I'm saying? And that's not cool, because if a 304 is a 304, you can't change her into a queen, bro. You gotta put that in your mind, because she ain't gonna want you for your love, bro.
I seen it happen.
Look, you can't do nothing about that. If she's a 304, she's a 304. That means she on the block, she up the road, she on the train track. She even going on an airplane, bro. They get flown out, bro. What you got? You probably...
Hey, let me just say this.
Oh, man. My fault, Ma. Go ahead, bro. This shit got me heat. I'm heated.
I just want to say, you can't help who you fucking love. You can't help it. You know what I'm saying?
But I get that. I get that point of view.
And they got some weak-minded motherfuckers really get attached to somebody on OnlyFans the whole time. It could be AI.
a fucking robot. You feel me?
A robot.
And here's the thing. What a lot of y'all weird motherfuckers don't understand is that AI girlfriend ain't your AI girlfriend. They going off of your thoughts. Off of your thoughts. They not being made up genetically or nothing like that. I mean, they can make robots, but you gotta pay like 10 bands for that shit. And last time I checked, 10 bands is at least 5 years of my rent. You feel me? And I'd rather pay 5 years of my rent with 10 bands than get some fucking robot. You know what I'm saying? So the problem I feel like a lot of you guys have, y'all got some insecurities within yourself. That's why you can't keep a player. Me personally, it's like this. If a woman don't want me or she on some 304 shit, guess what I'm gonna do? They got like 11 million women on this earth. You think I'm gonna trip about like 1 or 2 of them? Nah, bro. I've been in the dating pool since I was like 14, 15 years old. I'm 34 years old. I done seen all these damn excuses. I had a bitch tell me one time she was pregnant for me 6 months after I broke up with her. First of all, bitch, we ain't had sex in like 9 months. So how the fuck is you pregnant? Talking about some, your sperm's froze inside I don't know, bitch. I read a biology book. And I know how biology works, baby. I went to advanced biology in Santa Maria High School 2011 and 12, baby. I know how this shit works. Fuck you talking about. That's what I'm saying. Y'all boys need to stop being on some simp ass shit.
Simp ass shit.
Simp ass shit. Get your play up, bro. Get your play up. Come down to Louisiana. Come hang out with some real players. And we can put you on game on how to be men. How to present yourself as a man. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, them 304s taking advantage of y'all. That's why y'all broke. That's why y'all homeless. Because y'all put a woman over your own happiness and your own financial stability. You can't blame the 304s, honestly. Because guess what they doing? They motherfucking job. Making money. I got you. Hey, look, I might come see in this shit.